For some days now, Honest Bunch podcast has been on the news on a regular basis. In a bit of that, we saw a video of Nwokolo, Mr. World Nigeria. Did a video with Ms. Lucky Udu that some of the things he said that almost ruined his career, that at a point he was even thinking of buying his life, was orchestrated, planned by Nedu. That is has his own message. The message which he planned to deliver was the need for the poor to get married to the rich. A society where everybody will live equally, not some kind of world apart, where the big men look for their class to interact, to mingle with. But when it gets there, they do change everything. That something of that nature is good, but it won't make sense to Nigeria. But every Nigeria like controversy. That issues talk about poor girls turn him on. The poorer they are, the more he will like them. And as a result of that, so many persons put a call across to him. And at the time, he was even considering some kind of buying himself and every other thing. And luckily for him, this issue between Verida Blackman and Edu came out, and he seized the opportunity just to explain how crafty Edu is. Now, in a swift reaction, Honest Bunch podcast, the management of it, wrote a press release just to debunk it, that whatever Mr. Nwokolo Ugo have said so far, it was out of his own volition. It was never coerced or forced to say anything because he paid for it. Now, here is the press release. Official statement from the Honest Bunch podcast. We have become aware of the recent claims by Ugo Nwokolo regarding his appearance on the Honest Bunch podcast. For the sake of clarity, we would like to set the record straight. Mr. Ugo Nwokolo appeared on our platform for a paid appearance, during which he had the freedom to select a topic of his choice, which he did. At no point did we suggest a specific topic for him, nor was he instructed on what to say, either as a team or individual. Furthermore, he was never pressured to discuss any particular issue. He arrived with a notepad at timing his point. We are truly shocked that someone who lacks integrity and dignity, willing to spread falsehood for fame, has been crowned by the prestigious Mr. World Nigeria. It is concerning to think that this individual is now set to represent us on the global stage. We remain steadfast in our commitment to transparency and value the diversity of opinions expressed on our platform, regardless of our personal views. We kindly ask that the institution and the Silverbird Group look into the characters of this man. Now, my question now is, no matter how you claim to be new in the entertainment scene, you are still an adult. You don't sometimes mistakenly, if you want to eat, put food through your nose instead of your mouth. A topic which you were not so comfortable with, one would think you back at, but instead you go ahead. Now, they have come out now to disregard and to tell the public that there were no time they ask you or put a words in your mouth to say to the people. Everything you said was out of your own making. What proof do you now have, Mr. Ugo, to prove this? Because this is a serious allegation that might indict you for a very long time. Because a man who is being saddled, giving that crown to represent us at the world stage, can't be that same person who so many persons might think is gullible or not straightforward. If you have a proof, I think there's every possibility that you must come out to prove it. But if it is not, that goes to show that you just want to indict that Honest Bunch podcast. Why I'm saying this is that Cider Bunch came out and said they joined 3 videos together just to form a statement that almost ruined her life, that to an extent some of her Facebook pages were brought down or suspended. This same Honest Bunch podcast never made mention of anything. They didn't put up a press release. That indicates or shows that truly they were guilty of that. But for them to have come out in this very particular one that you just accused them of goes to show that there's every possibility they might just be innocent. Now, you made mention of when, after discussing, you resisted that you are not going to say what they do ask you to say regarding poor girl turn you on. And that tells you that it's like you are not ready. Go back and get yourself prepared. And you don't consider the logistics and every other thing. And one would believe when it becomes so tight to that extent, your crown is not tied to the do podcast, you would have taken your leave. Why didn't you go? So what I'm saying now is that if you believe you just want to clarify the air, you have some integrity, name to protect, try as much as possible come up with a proof so that these people will be put to where they belong. And outside that, it's not about just written press release. This video went viral yesterday and so many persons watch it and they were not comfortable with Honest Bunch podcast anymore. Added to what VDM Sadaboch has been saying all this while. To lay claim to the fact that Honest Bunch podcast is truly innocent, one will expect the law have to come into being. It's not about writing and leaving it. That goes to show that maybe you guys just want to cover up. Silverbird, I think you need to investigate this man as well. How truthful, how transparent he is. Somebody of double standard might not represent us. And I want to advise Silverbird Communications, the organizer of Mr. Nigeria World, that you need to look into this very well. You can't afford to take a man with double standard, a man without integrity, to that war stage. Allegedly. If truly what he's saying is right, so be it. If it is not that Honest Bunch podcast just want to look for a way to cover up, then let them be exposed as well. And if you feel or think that you have a proof to that effect where they were pressurizing you, please, it's time to bring it out. This is weighty allegation. And if you don't, I think next time, before you do a thing out of your way, always have a proof. What do you think? Who do you think is lying among them? Please drop your comment on the comment section. I'm not here to say this one is right or this the other one is wrong. But what we are saying is that what is good and what is bad is bad. As an adult, try as much as possible. Always make your stand know. This is what I want. Don't let anybody coerce you, because things like this must come. Once it comes, if you don't have proof or evidence, it might just be you are lying. And you will not have that strength, that moral ground to say, yes, this is what I said before, and this is exactly what is happening now. Once again, share and follow the page. Thank you as you do so.